So these are the four equations involved in this activity. Try to write these chemical equations by yourself and try to balance them also. Now it is given that most non-metals produce acidic oxides when dissolved in water. On the other hand, most metals give rise to basic oxides. You will be learning more about these metal oxides in the next section. So this we have, I think, already discussed in previous chapter also. So it is given that non-metallic oxides, they are acidic in nature when they are dissolved in water. On the other hand, metallic oxides, they are basic oxides. Now after this you can see some questions given. So this is, I think, the first in-text question of this chapter. So you just start writing these questions in your fair notebook, and once you will complete this and once the chapter will be completed, I will provide you notes also. If you want to prepare notes from your side, you can prepare it, there is no problem. If you want to add some more points in the note which I provide, that also you can do. So whatever you feel like you can do, but at least what you should be doing, that you should write in-text questions and exercise questions with notes. The notes which I provide, that you can write, or notes which you want to provide, which you want to write from your side, that also you can write. Or you try to just if you think that these are the important points, then you mention that also in your notebook. So the first question is, give an example of a metal which, first is a liquid at room temperature. So these things, almost all the questions we have already discussed, and particularly this question we discussed yesterday itself, I think. So the answer is mercury. Second one is, can be easily cut with a knife. Now in this there can be 2 or 3 answers, because alkali metals like lithium, sodium and potassium, all these three are soft in nature which can be cut with a knife. But the most common answer which you will find in other books, it is given as sodium, but all three answers are correct. Third one is the best conductor of heat. So the answer is copper, and I have also given some of the applications of copper. Fourth one is a poor conductor of heat, which again is an exception, because generally metals, they are good conductor of heat, but still we are having exception in this category, which is lead. So lead is a metal which is a poor conductor of heat. Now second one is, explain the meaning of malleable and ductile. So about malleability and ductility, so these are the properties which we have discussed, that metals shows the properties of malleability and ductility, and that is why they are said to be malleable and ductile. So I think that you will be easily able to write this, and it is given in your book also. If you want, you can just refer it, but you just try to write this in your own language, it's very easy. So try to write the definition of malleability and ductility, and you can also say that metals showing the properties of malleability and ductility, they are said to be malleable and ductile. So in whatever way you want to write, you can write. Then from the next time, we will be discussing about chemical properties of metals, which is one of the very important topic of this whole chapter. So about this we will be studying in detail, and it is again having lot of chemical equations, which is easy to understand also and interesting also. Thank you.